a shadowy organization that controlled the Soviet Union through surveillance, fear, and force. The NKVD and KGB were the most notorious secret police in modern history. But what were their real powers and how did they shape the USSR? Today we uncover the dark history of the NKVD and KGB. You are now entering the weird place. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The origins of the NKVD. The NKVD, or People's Commissariat for Internal Affairs, was formed in 1934 and became one of the most feared arms of the Soviet state. It was responsible for maintaining internal security, managing the Gulag labor camps, and conducting mass political repression, particularly during Joseph Stalin's reign. Under Stalin, the NKVD played a central role in enforcing the infamous Great Purge, where millions of people, political rivals, dissidents, and even loyal party members, were arrested, executed, or sent to labor camps. The role of the NKVD in the Great Purge. During the Great Purge, 1936-1938, the NKVD became Stalin's tool of terror. They rounded up suspected enemies of the state, often based on forced confessions, false accusations, or Stalin's personal paranoia. It's estimated that over 1 million people were executed, while millions more were sent to the Gulag camps. The NKVD used torture, intimidation, and surveillance to eliminate anyone perceived as a threat to Stalin's power, creating an atmosphere of fear and distrust across the Soviet Union. The transformation into the KGB. After Stalin's death in 1953, the NKVD underwent several reorganizations, eventually evolving into the KGB in 1954. The KGB, or Committee for State Security, became the primary intelligence and security agency of the Soviet Union. While less overtly violent than the NKVD under Stalin, the KGB still maintained tight control over Soviet society, using surveillance, espionage, and secret police tactics to suppress dissent both inside and outside the USSR. The KGB played a crucial role in the Cold War, conducting espionage against the West, gathering intelligence, and monitoring political dissidents. The KGB's global reach. During the Cold War, the KGB's influence extended far beyond Soviet borders. The agency was deeply involved in espionage, infiltrating Western governments, militaries, and intelligence agencies. Spies like Aldrich Ames and the Cambridge Five were famously recruited by the KGB, providing the USSR with classified information from within the United States and the UK. The KGB was also known for covert operations aimed at destabilizing foreign governments, spreading communist ideology, and countering Western influence. The KGB's role in suppressing dissent. Inside the Soviet Union, the KGB was instrumental in crushing dissent. Political dissidents, human rights activists, and artists who opposed Soviet policies were closely monitored, arrested, and often imprisoned or exiled. Prominent dissidents like Alexander Solzhenitsyn and Andrei Sakharov became targets of KGB harassment for speaking out against the regime. Surveillance was pervasive, with informants and agents embedded in nearly every sector of society, creating a climate where no one could be sure who was watching. The end of the KGB and its legacy. The KGB officially disbanded in 1991, shortly after the fall of the Soviet Union, but its legacy remains. Many former KGB agents transitioned into positions of power in post-Soviet Russia, including Vladimir Putin, who served as a KGB officer before rising to the presidency. The agency's methods of surveillance, repression, and manipulation still echo in modern Russia, with its successor organization, the FSB, continuing some of the KGB's roles. The NKVD and KGB remain symbols of authoritarian control, shaping the narrative of fear and control that defined much of the Soviet era. What do you think? Was the NKVD and KGB's role in Soviet history one of necessary security, or were they simply tools of terror? If you're fascinated by the secret histories of powerful organizations, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Join us as we continue to explore the hidden forces that shape the world's most powerful regimes.